morning and welcome to today's edition of Personal Transformation Messages from Francis NMERIBE. Today we are dealing with episode 9, and the title for today is Be the Light Wherever You Go. You would never know when your shine would brighten a heart that has been in darkness for long. Be the light wherever you find yourself, because the light you exude might be the only light that certain souls have seen in a long time in darkness, worried about many things in their lives. I can see many coming on the counter viewing. We appreciate your presence. We want you to join us by liking and loving this broadcast, making comments, and asking questions. My intention here is to review with you my transformational experiences from the challenges of life and the help they gave me to be what I am today. My intention is that in the end, you will have a chance to be transformed, because actually we cannot become what we want to be unless we change from what we are right now to the next thing that we want to be. That change doesn't come through um, taking lollipop or ice cream. It comes through the excruciating experiences of life. And I have got many and gone through many of these, and feel so pleased to share them with you, to encourage you in your own effort to transform and be the best that you want to be. So join us through likes, love, comments, questions, to be able to take care of today's topic, which deals with be the light wherever you go. You will never know when your shine would brighten a heart that has been in darkness for a long time. I started work with the Department of Internal Security, DIS, as a typist. At that time, starting out as a typist is the poorest place to start work in the organization. The situation was so bad that cleaners who did not have the education of any of the typists um, had and showed more confidence. These typists, these cleaners showed more confidence than the typists who were actually more educated than them. Class issues were a big problem for the typists. They were looked derisively upon by the general duty personnel. It was an awful experience to be a typist in the DIS then. I feel that this attitude towards typists were nationwide and across all strata of civil and corporate service in those days. I say this because one of my staff in later life in an organization that I work for as manager in charge of the whole West Africa, this staff was asked to speak about me on a retirement party organized for me in Lagos in 2016 when I was formally retiring from work. And he derisively stated, and I quote, "Many of you here today do not know that Mr. Francis NMERIBE started out in the NSO as a common typist. See him today. He has risen to the enviable position of International Security Manager, Africa West Area in this great organization." I could feel the bad taste in his tone and voice, and others did too, because later that day, many of the attendees queried either other people and the organizers, and also called me and said, why is it that that man was the person that was to speak about me? And they said, well, that man may have worked in your department, but he does not know who you are. If he knows who you are, he will say something more reasonable than what he said. Hopefully, that will give you a picture of the condition I met the men and the women serving as typists at the then Anambra State Command of the NSO when I joined the service myself. Contrary to popular opinion, though, I was a typist who typed with breathtaking speed, had great accuracy, and great hand on the English language. And though I was not taught formal English after primary school, I read up every grammar and structure and correct English that I use in all. I use all by myself from books, magazines, and newspapers, which I patronize religiously through investment of money and time in reading and studying. While the rest of the typists who serve at the typing pool and the different departments and local government formations walked around the state command headquarters as if they bought a ticket from the earth to open and swallow them each time the boisterous general duty personnel came close to them. I walked with confidence, smiled broadly, and even talked loudly. Of course, I was 27 years old when I joined. I didn't join as a school leaver. I've seen a bit of the world, I've been a bit around, been a sales representative for 2.5 years, during which I traveled extensively. Remember the saying that traveling is part of education, and above all, I have read more books, newspapers, and magazines than many of the master's degree holders in the state command then. When many of these officers write their intelligence report, which have been processed to be sent out to the consuming agencies like the governor, the commissioner of police, the Nigerian Army, the Air Force, the national headquarters, I corrected them, restructured their grammar, and the humble and grateful ones among them came back to say thank you. Those who were prideful complained at the beginning and made me retype what they wrote word for word, in a condescending manner, actually, considering it condescending also to themselves that a mere typist will be correcting their grammar and restructuring their sentences. But by the time the state director canceled their works many times, they started humbling themselves. And so my popularity rose in the state command headquarters. The other typists wondered what made me happen, and many of them came to me to ask. It was from their questions that I started understanding the need for coaches in the life of human beings. A coach, someone that knows and have done some of the things you want to do, who can show you how to do it. And mentors, someone that is doing what you want to do and can take you by the hand so you learn from his experiences. I ask questions about their qualifications and what they read and what they feel about themselves. I discovered self-doubt, low self-esteem, and depression in many of them. I shared with them my story as a shy, badly introverted young man growing up, and how through reading books, I had so much vocabulary in my head that when I opened my mouth, words and messages came out. Just like Jim Rohn, my number one teacher, said, if you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. In other words, if there's something inside your head, if you open your mouth, they would come and establish you as an authority. But if there's nothing in your head, if you open your mouth, emptiness would come out, showing the world that you are empty. I discovered that since they left school, they have not obtained additional qualifications. Personally, I left school without the ability to pay and register for any examinations. In due course, I was able to write for both Pittman and Royal Society of Arts typing examinations and got both the intermediate and advanced level speed certificates, which gave me advantage both in ranking over and above many of those proudly general duty personnel in Enugu then hired at the same time with me, or even those who were hired before me. I invited the typists to prepare and enter for these examinations. I encouraged them to read books. I coached them for free to replicate my style. When I started work newly, the book I was reading at that time is titled Far Afield. It is a story based on the South Pacific people who walked on fire pits barefooted. A great, awesome, and awe-inspiring story. One of the gregarious ladies who were with us in the typing pool then was so taken in about my style that she changed my name from to Far Afield from Francis Meribe. Fidelia still called me Far Afield for 5 years after transfer separated us. I know even today that Fidelia, from whom I know she is, if she meets me today, she will still call me Far Afield instead of Francis Meribe, because that's what I know about her, and that will be like some 40 years after. Okay. Some of them borrowed my personal typewriter to use in writing for examinations. In a space of 2 years and a half that I was with them, all the typists obtained the advanced level typing speed certificates and were promoted to the rank 2 digits above the people who previously oppressed them for being mere typists. Pride of place reigned in the typing pool, and you could feel the joy and confidence that exuded from the typists, to the consternation of the general duty personnel who practically enjoy looking down on them previously because they were typists. As if I was a child of destiny, after the military President General Babangida Ibrahim Bangida survived the Major Oka coup with the help of the then NSO and decided to stop hounding the service, but to reorient it and help it regain its pride of place in the intelligence community. Promotion examinations that had been put off for 5 years was allowed again. In the whole Nigeria, I was the only typist whose name was in the list for the first promotion examination since Babangida became military president for general duty personnel. Asked why typists were excluded from the uh, examination, promotion exam, we learned that they felt that the typists weren't that smart. They have a special promotion arrangement for them without examinations. And I didn't feel comfortable with that because, I am proud of my own abilities and efforts. Well, so naysayers started work. Among them, especially the general duty people, personnel, they came to me and tried to frighten me. They said the promotion exam is hard. They advised me to um, write to request to be removed from the general duty promotion list so that I could be included in the special one for typists. I laughed, and my attitude angered them further. One of them took it on himself to stop me. He took a report of fake concern to the assistant director indicating that since I am a specialist, I should not be allowed to write the examination unless I fail and lose my opportunity. The assistant director called me and expressed the concern. I told him that I did not know how my name made the list, therefore, consider it my fate, and that I would like to take the examination and whatever comes therefrom. He said, "Well, do not say I did not warn you." I thanked him and left. On the examination week, this fake concern worried general duty personnel took my name to the chief examination officer who had come from out of Lagos and reported my inclusion in the list. The man called me and expressed the same concern, but I told him what I told the assistant director. And he replied again, "Do not say I did not warn you. If you fail the promotion exam thrice, you will be retired from service compulsorily." Meanwhile, all the typists rallied around me. They helped me source for reading materials. They prayed for me. They cheered me up. And I studied the best I could and wrote the examination and passed one time. My fake concerned general duty man had to write the same examinations twice before passing it. In my book, Growing from Your Experiences, I wrote about the typists and the then Anambra State Command of the DIS. Quote, "A new spirit started growing in them. Many of them put in for the examinations and obtained the advanced level certificate in typing. Some even used my private typewriter to do that. Within a space of 1 year, the downtrodden became masters of the climb. Within a space of 2 years, they had ranks their recruitment mates cannot attain in 6 years because of the new qualifications they obtained. So, dear friends, be the light wherever you go. You will never know when your shine will brighten a heart that has been in darkness for long. I hope you have enjoyed this video presentation today. If so, give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, comment on it, ask any question, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The African Town Hall. Your above actions will help spread the transformational messages that I provide here daily and may help your brother, sister, friend, and other family members become transformed for success. Thank you and have a blessed day.